players of the whole season. The World Arena ends, and then the Legend Tournament happens until the number one player is decided. Not long ago, we had the first player being crowned, but now they have to fight head-to-head for it.
4 players go in, 1 comes out with the Legend title next to their name and their permanent place in the Hall of Fame. So by the end of this, we'll have a brand new Legend Summoner at the end of it. We're going to be fighting using the SWC mode, which is the traditional pre-ban mode that you guys have seen in the past. Semifinals are going to be a best of 3, with the finals being best of 5. And again, we're going to have the pre-ban before the pick ban phase, so that means everybody's going to get to choose a monster to set aside that they don't want to fight now, but it should be noted that you can't do this consecutively. You're going to have to face your fears eventually.
Exactly, and this pre-ban is so interesting because it breaks a lot of combos in RT11. We might not be able to see Ganithor coming on. Maybe those powerful LD monsters will be pre-banned, but now the rewards, the winner is going to take that incredible Legend Hall of Fame touch to his account that will stay there for eternity.
But not just the Legend title. We're going to send them home with some actual rewards too for their island and their monsters. They're going to get the Sandcap Pharaoh Desert Queen skin just for them, as well as a scooter for Elia, because why not?
She deserves something. She does. And everyone is getting many things. I'm very excited about my emotes. I finished in a humble C2 position after dreaming a little bit.
We get emotes?
Yes. And now we'll find a little bit about these 4 players. At number 1, almost 500 points ahead of everyone else, Skit, the representative from Korea. His most picked monsters go from the combo of Ganithor with an AoE stripper on Chiwoo and Tianlang, and the new latecomer, Vigor, a very strong utility monster with Death Break, Sustain, and Speed buff.
The 2A monster that no one expected, coming in a little late during the season, that also dethroned Verd and has kind of impacted his prevalence. Skit shouldn't be unfamiliar to anybody who's played RTA this season. He's been sitting at the top rank for longer than I can count.
And exactly, and his most banned monsters reflect what he's afraid of. Lots of immunity on Velajul and Amelia, this always powerful Ciara, speed lead, great monster, gains a lot of turns with his basic ability, and Leo, the Wind Dragon Knight that scares all the Beast Riders except Masha.
And here comes how to play the first component of that revenge storyline. You can see his most picked monsters range from Gianna, Nephthys, the Ganithor combo, and Pater. Well, the most banned monsters obviously go to counter those. You see Amali there, as well as Tetra, Fran, Juno, even Chiwoo. This is going to be, this is not the first time that How to Play has been in one of these tournaments. I'm hoping to see the most interesting games coming from him and his competitor, True Whale. Now, True Whale was dethroned last time by How to Play, and he's back. Crawled his way to the top 4 over the last week for his chance at the title of Legend.
A bruiser-style composition based on 2 Dragon Knights, extremely strong against the CC meta, so if we see CC players playing against him, they're gonna have a hard time, Evan. He has 2 strong monsters in not only Artaniel, but also his Jaeger that counters Hathor so well, and now, Ace, the Chinese representative with the combo of Ciara, Gianna, and the newly buffed Light Mermaid that has stolen everyone's heart with lots of sustain. What do you think about her?
Such a threat, and obviously a standout at the top there is Akroma in the most picked monster territory and the last threat on the board of Leona. And you can see the most banned monsters below. I'm so excited to see how these guys actually take to combat against each other when we get into the games here.
And especially we can see a surprise here. Bastet is not one of the most common, most banned monsters, but because of his composition, she has a very strong kit against Molly. She has the Death Break, she has the heal block that counters her so well, and also it's a cleave monster that can end the game very early against this type of aggressive composition.
Wow, so those are the top 4 players. Here's the bracket that we're going to be dealing with today. We got Skit and Ace right off the bat in 1st and 4th place respectively, and How to Play versus True Whale in the semifinals.
Like we talked about, that grudge match is ready to happen, and we will have a chance for revenge Will Tianlang come out again on top, or will this time the double Dragon Knight prevail?
Chat, let us know who you're rooting for. Whose allegiance are you supporting today? Who are you behind? Who do you want to take it all? Seppi, what are your predictions for the first match here, Skit versus Ace?
I think that Skit showed a very interesting composition, extremely consistent during the whole season, has a lot of strengths in counter picking, so he's not afraid of anything that's coming. He loves using his Tianlang. His Vertihill is excellent, so people try to steal it. He has a counter. He has a very strong CC comp, so I don't know if Ace is going to have enough fuel in the tank to beat the #1 and SWC experienced player.
And that's the beauty of the Legend Tournament. The first versus the fourth. Doesn't matter what number you're at, because by the end of this, we're going to know who's #1, and they're going to walk away with the title, and much, much more, including a scooter for Elia.
And on the second match, how to play in True Whale, extremely difficult to say whoever is going to come on top there, but I think that True Whale showed his true colors in the last week of RTA. Evan put it very well that he clawed his way back up. He wasn't on the top four, and he made it there.
Came out of the woodwork so that he could have an attempt again at the Legend title. I'm very stoked to see that grudge match happen. But first, we've got Skit versus Ace. This is what we're looking forward to, and we're going to get to that match in just 1 second. Now again, guys, I want to remind you, this is the SWC game mode. If you're just joining us now, that means that it's a best of 3 in the semifinals and a best of 5 in the finals. We're using the pre-ban method, so there's an additional phase before the pick ban where the players can select 1 additional monster to ban, but it should be noted that they can't keep doing this round to round consistently. You're going to have to face your fear eventually.
Yeah, this involves a lot of strategy, Evan, as well as knowing the opponent's box. Sometimes some people might have more monsters, but not knowing your opponent very well can be very difficult with a pre-ban, because it's your opportunity to take out that tool that makes the whole gear work. We're ready for the match. #1, round #1 right now, Skit versus Ace.
Here we go. We're going into the pre-ban phase. Let's see what these guys choose. These guys should know their accounts very well as they're in the top 4. Obviously, you're going to get intimately familiar with these people's accounts.
What are you expecting? A pre-ban of an elemental monster or LDs? I'm seeing that whoever has the first pick doesn't want to give out any Ganithor comps, no type of combo monsters, and both of these players play a similar style.
Pre-bans go out on Gianna and Tianlang. I could have guessed the Tianlang from that side. Ace on the right, Skit on the left. Let's see what they pick.
We talked about his signature Tianlang. Maybe this kind of tells that he wants to bring a Vertihill later on that we haven't seen a lot. And the Molly with the first pick, showing a little bit of a bruiser style so far, but we'll see. That leaves open Ganithor for Ace, but he goes with Ciara Hathor.
Taking away a speed lead and locking down a solid DPS unit. Of course, Skit has to deny the combo.
He has to take that Ganny, Evan, because it's too strong, especially with a strong damage dealer of the likes of Ciara and now Velajul, that after the recent buff for punishment has come back into the meta and is the biggest counter to these two very strong win units. Now we will see how he will react. He might bring a very fast stripper, maybe some type of damage with Daphnis. Will we see finally a Beast Rider right here? And the Vigor that we talked about so much is a great counter to Molly, but he needs strips to deal with immunity.
No beast, no Beast Rider, just a beast in his place. If Ace wants to follow up with this CC idea, he's going to need to have some sort of strip in his comp to make it work, unless he's planning on banning out the Velajul straight out. Let's see what Skit replies with. I love the Vigor pick, though.
Yeah, his picks are telling that he's not going to ban that Molly, and he might go for an early snipe with the last pick Molong. Right now, the Juno and Rika coming in, telling a little bit of a ban on that Ciara. Let's see if the last pick is still going to be Molong with a snipe combo, or will he switch it up? Like you said, it's probably a ban on the Velajul on this side.
Probably a ban on the Velajul from the right, and on the left you were saying a Ciara ban. Skit is making it very clear that he's okay with the Hathor. Leona in the last pick zone there.
Leona has to be banned. No death break on the side of Skit. So that kind of throws a little bit of his plans out the window, and surprise ban on the Molly. I don't know if he will have enough sustain without her. But once again, Velaju might be the deciding factor. That is a very fast Vigor indeed. Goes for the death break.
He's going for the kill right off the bat, lining up the defense break, but he needs to do something about that before Juno takes her turn.
Yes. Is the Ciara moving before everyone else, because the Velaju for sure is not going before her. He can use the reset right now or save it up. He goes, resets, procs into nothing because he can't do anything right now.
Here comes Hawthorne. She only has one thing available, stripping the Velajul, opening up a position for Ciara to set down a bomb.
Yeah, but she goes for the kill on the Juno, countering the single monster that will deal very well with his Hawthorne, but now the immunity's on, and let's remember, he has no strips on the table. That's why Velajul was such a strong pick. Dots on everyone. Degani puts the ventilate on Rika, will have more damage, and since the cleanse is reset, there's not gonna be saving from this, Evan.
Skit is taking back control, losing that monster early. He's telling Ace that he's ready to come back and take round one.
Maybe the idea of getting rid of Juno early and not bombing the Velaju might cost him the game. Brock, gigantic, from Ganymede, going for the reset on the only healer that has skills, Evan. There will be no heals. The dots. This looks like TOA.
Ace can't do anything. It does look like TOA. Rika locking down a couple stuns because Skit still wants control over the match. He already has all of it and he wants more.
A small opening for Hawthorne. Can she make up for this with two sleeps? Misses it on the Rika. That is probably on 100%. Similar to Thompson. He needs a proc for the cleanse. No proc. Can he kill right now with the Velajul? Hawthorne or Ciara? He goes for Hawthorne. Hawthorne is out of the match right here because the Ciara also will die. And Rika will take it home. Oh my God. What a performance by the Occult Girl.
Skit taking round one so dominantly. That almost slipped out of his control in the beginning there.
There's still a match. There's still a match, but right now his lead is commanding. He has a lot of immunity. He can get rid of that monster right now, but the heals are coming in. The opening was gigantic without any type of cleanse.
Ace is going to need some kind of a miracle to take this back. This is looking pretty dominant for Skit right now. Here comes Rika with the Toy Knight, getting both of the stuns.
Another stun from the Occult Girl. The name of this, but let's remember, Ganymede is basically a silent guardian in all these matches. 2 procs to his name, bringing an amazing ventilate to Rika and keeping her skills up all the time. The damage coming in and pounding. He can finish the Vigor right now, 1 HP.
And he's got no heals to go. We're going to have to, I think Harmonia used skill 2 last turn, so she's not going to be able to cleanse. She's going to need to proc, or Ace is just going to need to think of a different strategy for game number 2.
Yeah, he should start planning because Ganymede Rika without any type of cleanse is impossible to beat.
Outrageous. Very dangerous to say the least. Round 1 going to Skit, but again, this is a best of 3. So he's going to have to do that again if he wants to secure a place in the finals. Now, do you think that game kind of went downhill for Skit once he didn't reset the Velajul?
Yeah, he could have bombed the Velajul, and once again, he could have banned it. I still thought that the ban on Velajul was the strongest ban because he had 2 counters to the Molly. She only had 1 cleanse, and he could have controlled her with his Vigor. He would have lots of openings, but once that Velajul resist to the Hawthorne sleep and no bomb on him came up, his team was fully protected. No strips on the other side, and that was kind of in the back.
That's right. He had his opportunity to take down the Velajul. That was the key to making sure that Rika wasn't as impactful. But that's it. That's what it is. So that's
we can see, Evan, what's incredible is I'm having flashbacks from the last Legend tournament when we saw an early snipe on a monster, but we called it. That the Gani Yonhong could bring the game back by themselves, and this was kind of similar. There was an early kill on Juno, but the 3 monsters with the protection from Velajul were more than enough damage to take care of 4 monsters on the other side.
Right, and I love that early aggression to take out the Juno. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make any use of that afterwards. Here we go. We're going into round 2 shortly here. Again, Skit is going to have to do that again, and Ace is coming up with another strategy as we speak. He's going to need to adjust. What do you want to see from him in this round 2?
I would like to see more single target strippers on his team if he wants to go to that nuking strategy and control. And I'm sure that the chat can tell us right now what are their favorite single target strippers in the game. And we got a recently buffed Etna coming in for next season.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
Already super strong monsters, so
Etna
maybe we can see some of those single target. Maybe we'll see Yon Hong today. We have players that have her.
The Etna buff is looking fantastic. I'm excited to build Bale as well. He might end up getting Beleniss's runes. We're going to have to see what goes on there. What was your favorite buff from the balance patch announcement, guys? Let us know in the chat while we watch here. Etna might get her runes back.
And talking about single target strippers, something that we did not see a lot in the SWC America's Prelims, but we saw in Europe were the Beast Riders. May we see Beast Riders today, please?
Maybe that's the ace in the hole for Ace in round 2. Here we go. Round 2 of match 1 of the Legend Tournament for Season 14 of RTA. We're going into the pre-ban phase right now.
With the pre-ban, this time, remember, they can't pre-ban the same monsters, so no Tian Lang, no Gianna. Will Skit pre-ban the Ciara, or will he try to take it away? Because that combo with Ciara Gianna, maybe a Chiwu coming in there as a second stripper is extremely strong. Evan, what do you expect this time? Will they pre-ban like the Hathor to avoid the Gany Hathor?
I definitely expect one of the there it is, Ganymede coming out as one of the pre-bans and a Chroma on the other side.
That is very telling that Skit does not want to play against something that disables his CC. So we might see a first pick right here that is not the Hathor. And now Skit will take the Hathor with the Ciara probably. Exactly what happens.
The same speed lead choice and DPS, an amazing start for Skit with the Hathor CC. Now what is Ace going to counter with?
Evan, they basically switched sides. This was what happened last time. Skit picked the Mermaid and Ace answered with Ciara Hathor, but this time he has his pocket Gianna. And we know that a Leona might come in, so Skit can be careful and bring some type of death break, because if the Ciara's banned, there's not going to be enough damage to take care of the Leona, and his signature Verta Hill is here.
And that Leona in the back pocket is so scary because it can make it so that Ace can bring in any team that he wants so long as Skit doesn't bring defense break or something to stop the shield from coming up.
Yes. Let's see these two last picks. Once again, Harmonia. I don't know if the Harmonia without the Molong will be as effective against this Skit comp, but right now he has the option. Brings the Leona. Once again, as we said, he has to bring a last pick response to that Leona and a Zeratul.
Zeratul? Wow, there's something we haven't seen in a second. A Zeratul in the Legend Tournament for Season 14. Skit coming back with a Daphnis, but he hasn't locked it in just yet. Still thinking about his options, wants to see if that's the best one.
Very aggressive pick. I would love a Vigor right here because he brings a Death Break, brings a little bit more sustain. The Monkey also brings Death Break. This is a surprising choice if he opts for Xingze. I just don't know if he's going to have enough sustain without another healer.
I think the Tian Lang is a good choice, but there's only so much that he counters in here. I still would have liked to see the Monkey or maybe the Daphnis instead, but the Tian Lang is a very unique choice that Skit has on offer. Bans go out. Leona's gone as well as Tetra on this side. Let's go into round 2.
Very dangerous comp on the side of Ace this time. I really like his ban this time. So we will see who takes this first turn. It's probably the Hathor and misses the strip.
No! The one thing she needed to land was the sleep.
No sleep, but the Vern already
But a counter.
And Brock from the Ciara. Here comes a big bomb your way, Mr. Ace. Will he go for... No, he saves. He saves it. He knows that there's cleanse from Molly. I would have still put the bomb to force the cleanse, but he saves it. He wants to keep it on, but remember, his side has no cleanse, Evan, no protection. That Verta Hill's gonna take the bomb.
It's gonna take the bomb and potentially get stunned as well. Hathor with a very awkward turn to take here. That immunity came out at the wrong time. Zeratul setting up for damage. He's making it look like that bomb might be enough to take out Verd.
Extremely dangerous damage. The Verta Hill is basically gone. He needs stuns. Tion Leg does nothing, Evan.
Oh no, Verd is looking so dangerous. Is now the time to bait it out? Is this the time to strap the bomb on someone?
I feel that it's too late right now. He can do it. He will force that, but now he's at a 4-3 disadvantage. And it's an extremely dangerous point to try to take care of the match because he only has one damage healer left, and now the Zeratul can focus the Ciara down.
Molly, she's got the skill. Ace has taken his time to think about this one. He's already got control of the match right now, chooses just to use skill 1. Now Hathor is set up to sweep the team. Delayed promise, he's about to take control for the next few turns.
Ah, but misses it on the Molly, and now we'll have to deal with the Zeratul directly. Can the Ciara proc for a bomb? No proc on her side, and the Zeratul will try to finish her. Can he proc?
Look at all that
No
damage.
proc.
And 15% of her life is going away at the top too. Eats the bomb and is still just fine. That's the power of Molly.
That's why we talked about forcing that cleanse on turn 1. Now she has it. She can wake up another monster and brings the Gianna back. It's a 4v3. I don't see this going well. One opening, Ciara needs to hit that bomb, and she puts it on.
She needs to pop it. This has got to be the thing that takes out Zeratul. Oh, a stun is enough and a proc!
That proc, Evan! Saving the match on a 3v3 right now, but no cleanse on his side still, and the Gianna puts a death sentence on that Ciara. 1, 2, 3. She only has 2 turns left. Switches HP. The Harmonia coming in late. A very strong support monster together with a Molly.
Ace choosing to mess around with Tianlang's health a little bit there. A stun, a clutch stun on Gianna right now. And more procs from Molly too. Ciara only has 1 turn left. She can put the bomb, but she's gonna go down for it.
Exactly, and since he doesn't have a cleanse, that is his only option. He at least hits it, and now it's a 2v3. His only damage is Tianlang. He will have to not stun anyone right here.
That was a great proc from Skit into the kill on Zeratul earlier, but it's not enough. Ace is going to match up with him. That's a 1v1.
This was a very interesting match because we saw during already the pick and ban phase that not having banned that strong sustain and not bringing the vigor was gonna come back to hurt him.
You're right, and you saw the Molly. The Molly tanked that bomb and just shrugged it off like it was nothing. In fact, she looked better than when the bomb was when she started the turn. And again, that proc into the kill on Zeratul was so great, but Skit wasn't able to make anything happen because of it. It was so late in the game. He was so far behind already.
And another interesting thing, Evan, he plays with a Hathor against 2 monsters that are normally built on 100% resistance. Who here has Harmonia and Molly? They're almost always 100% res, and they resisted to that sleep.
Here we go. The final round of the first match of the RTA Season 14 Legend Tournament. Who's coming out and making their way over to the finals? Will it be Skit or Ace? Both players at match point.
Going down to the wire, will we go back to the pre-ban on Gianna and Tianlang? Tianlang did not do much in this past round, so maybe we will see a change in the pre-ban on the side of Ace, but I do think that Skit still doesn't want to deal with it. Gianna, oh, they stay the same.
Oh, Gianna goes out, Tianlang goes out. I guess even though that's still a solid ban, all Tianlang really did last time was say, hey, I'm on Despair.
He truly stunned and death broke the other monsters, but now Skit, with the first pick, steals the Molly. This is incredible. He has a chance to go Ciara Hathor, but I would like to take the Ganithor combo already. He knows that Skit does not have that hard counter to CC. He's the one that has the Acroma. But he goes again, same picks, switching sides. Now he steals the Ganny, splitting the Ganithor.
And they're just passing the Ciara and the Hathor back and forth, as well as the Molly into the mix now. Skit with the solid answer of Veligul against the Hathor. That's a declaration that he's not really wanting to ban that.
Will he have learned from first match and not let that Veligul through, or will he stay the same and risk it again and try to kill the Veligul fast instead of the Juno?
Ace giving us a glimpse into his mind, flashing a chroma to see what he's considering, but ultimately locks down the combo of Harmonia and Molong.
We've been asking for it since game 1, Evan. He showed the Harmonia, but the Molong didn't come in. Once again, Rika against only 1 turn immunity and the reset from Ganymede. The question right now remains, is he afraid of the cleanser or of the damage? I would love to see immunity last pick for Ace, ban on the immunity on the other side, but we know that these players have very creative minds and maybe he wants a more aggressive playstyle.
That's right, and if we know one thing from Ace, it's that he's aggressive. We've seen that so far. Love the pick of Rika from Skit, and it demands an answer from Ace unless he wants to shift his ban.
Yeah, if he wants to ban that Rika, he will have to bring a stripper to deal with the immunity and the cleanse. He brings heavy damage. Wait, I'm expecting the ban on the immunity. On the other side, we'll have to see a ban on the damage because we see a big combo right here with a follow-up from Ciara's bombs if the Veladro is banned.
That's right. There's so much damage potential on Ace's side. Everything is a threat. Harmonia Molong combo, even Ciara can set up the Molong if they want to, and the ultimate in resistance of a Chroma. Bans go out, Molly's gone, Harmonia's gone. You won't be seeing them in this match.
I think that was a really good ban from Skit, and once again, the ban on Molly and not on Veladro. This might cost the match if he resists again. We see that this Veladro is very high resist because he did not sleep on the first match.
Let's see if this is deja vu. We're going into the final round of match number 1.
Turn 1 should be for that Hathor. No, the Molong's faster than her.
I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. So here comes the reckless assault, setting Rika up.
The Brock with a strip. Are we back in time, Evan? Because he stripped the monsters. Only the Rika stays with the will. Now he doesn't have a monster to reset. It's a wasted turn for Gani and Molong. Back to 2018. For the Hathor sleep, what are we watching right now? He does not let the Veladro this time and put the bomb on him.
Ace controlling the board and Skit responding right back with all the dots in the world, making it look like TOA as much as he can.
But this 1 HP Rika takes another stun. Magical coming out, and now he can risk the kill. He goes for the first kill, but wakes up the monkey. I don't know, he could have used the second
played it safe. He could have played it safe, but he's feeling confident. A proc from Ganymede. He can seal magic if he'd like to. He puts it out on Hathor to make sure his units stay up.
And now, the Veladro immunity finally comes in. It did not die. Very tanky. There was no attack buff on the Ciara. It's gonna be Monkey versus a Chroma if they can get rid of the damage. Now, here it comes. Veladro can pound that Ciara, but doesn't hit very hard. She's very tanky.
Yeah, she is. Skit is trying to say that he's not out of this match just yet. The monkey is way tankier than we would have imagined, and he's getting the counterattacks and the stuns when he needs them. And Molong is looking like he's got one foot in the grave.
I want to hear the chat saying, who do you have? The monkey or a Chroma, because it might come down to that. Molong is dead. The Ciara can die right now because the monkey has a turn and a proc from the Veladro. Gets the Ciara super low.
Oh, the procs from Skit. Who do you got, a Chroma or the monkey?
This is gonna be an incredible match. Get him in with a gigantic proc. He procs into the reset if he wants to, but he can just keep ventilating Veladro, doing the safe play. It's a 3v2. He has immunity for days and lots of damage. Can reset the attack bar of Hathor. Hathor's basically out, so it's gonna be a 3v1. Everyone against the Chroma.
That's
the monkey.
Dead.
It's dead. It's dead. It's Monkey against the Chroma. I don't think she has enough damage because the Veladro also brings a lot of damage to the table. A defense-based monster that scales hard into the late game.
That's right. He's not going to be losing any attack power from the reduced HP because defense stays the same. A Chroma has been chipping away at the monkey for ages, but hasn't been able to make a serious crack.
And she's very tanky, taking a beating, but right now, once again, ventilate that monkey hit so hard.
The monkey proc and ace is done. Skit moves forward and secures a spot in the finals.
We talked about, once again, one of my favorite monsters, Veladro, coming in big in the clutch. Wasn't eliminated, and we saw what a 3-turn immunity can do to your team.
And this is Rika coming back and establishing dominance. Skit was looking down for part of that match, actually, and then he took it back. Rika setting up the dots on the monster, and the Jingzhe was just so tanky. A Chroma was trying to kill it for so long and just never got anywhere with it.
Exactly. This team was very strong, and once again, we saw maybe picking the Ganithor combo and leaving the Ciara to the other side would have been a good choice.
That could have been Skit one step closer to that legend title that's just on the horizon. He's reaching for it. That was an incredible show in that round. I love the adjustments that both players made. They were passing units back and forth and adapted really well, both of them. And Ace's aggressive playstyle was something that I love to see.
Did the chat guess it right? That's what I wanted to know. Who did you guys have for this first match? And right now, we go into the second.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotions. Players that know each other, have played each other many times, so they're probably with their phones or tablets in hand. We all know that at the end of the season, in these clutch matches, you have to be very focused, and the hands tremble.
It's nerve-wracking. Even when you're not up on a physical stage, they're probably sitting there sweating, trying to control their palms there while they got their pad in their hand.
Checking the notes, we see a lot of these top players talking about how many ideas for strategies, spreadsheets. We see Thompson talking about that a lot, many other players, and now we get to see these two back at it, but not in the finals, on the semifinals.
Right, because they are 2 and 3, so they're up against each other. Again, we're about to see How to Play versus True Whale, the revenge match of this Legend tournament. Guys, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll see you back here in 3 minutes.
Summoner's War. Street fighters have entered Summoner's War. Unleash a new world of adventure. Summoner's War. Event bonus. Get Ken for free.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the RTA Season 14 Legend Tournament. I'm still Evan.
And I'm still Seppi, and now we will see the second semifinals. Another best of 3 with 2 known players of all of you in chat. Who are you rapping right now? We have True Whale versus
How to Play. Put it in chat, guys, and we'll watch the VOD later to see what your answer is. Tell us who you're rooting for. And before we do that, before we see what's in the future, let's take a look to the past. Let's watch a highlight reel from the first match.
In this match, we're gonna have the opportunity to check the small details that made Skit qualify to the finals that Ganymede, as we talked about, the Silent Guardian, the procs, to have the Ventilate into the Rika looking like a TOA stage.
That's right, Rika really took control back for Skit, and this, take note of that, this won't be the last time that you see it. Ace came back really strong with a great setup from Zeratu and locked down a really early kill on Verd.
Yeah, the lack of cleanse and immunity on his side against boss and the dot damage from Zeratu was amazing. So we saw that the power of Veladrul was very strong for Skit, and playing without him, he didn't feel comfortable.
That's right. So ultimately, Ace matched up with Skit 1-1, and we both moved to a match point on round 3.
And in round 3, that was very strong because round 2 we saw those two LDs, the Gianna and the Tianlang. But in round 3, nothing like it. Molong
2018 Molong
turning back the
apparently.
clock.
Turning back time and tried to kill the Rika. Saw it was the problem. I'll give him that. Ace saw it was the problem, but ultimately he's going to lose the same way that he lost in round 1. Rika taking control of the game again.
Yeah, she dealt so much damage once again. No cleanse on his side, but in here, that monkey with big damage, with the procs, into the death break, the self-sustain, once again hitting that Acroma and ending up qualifying Skit for the grand final.
And the Acroma was there the whole time with gloves on, ready to fight the Xingje. She was putting hits in, but just wasn't able to get anywhere, and the monkey ultimately proved superior against Acroma. Coming up next, we got True Whale versus How to Play. This is the revenge match that we foreshadowed earlier in the day. They both made it to the top 4 again, and so now one is going to make their way to the finals.
Yeah, we will see a lot of LDs in this matchup. I'm predicting Dragon Knights on the side of True Whale and on the side of How to Play, maybe those AoE strippers with the Nefties, maybe Tianlang coming out once again. So it's going to be very interesting.
What time is it right now? What, 1 o'clock? This is the longest we've gone into a Legend tournament without seeing a Nefties in a while. I'm ready to see some debuffs go out.
That's very interesting. We've seen a lot of Bruiser comps, and now we'll see if one of these players will go for the speed game or both of them will stay still. We'll see Molly's being picked, the Dragon Knights, lots of immunity, maybe a friend that hasn't appeared yet.
Here we go. Match 2, round 1. How to Play versus True Whale, the grudge match of the season. We're in the pre-ban phase.
The first pick goes to How to Play. They were very close, only 28 points away. They probably matched against each other many times during the season, so they know how to play against each other. Will they take out exactly those LDs that are keys to their comp, or will they take out the Hathor, the speed leads? What will come out here? Both of them thinking a lot in this pre-ban, and
Ganymede and Fran are the 2 pre-bans.
that's what I talked about. The friend. He knows that True Whale loves that little fairy to pair up with the 2 powerful Dragon Knights, giving immunity, cleanse, and the attack buff.
That's a strong monster firmly securing her spot amongst the LD Nat 5s, deserving a ban even here.
Steals the first pick with Hathor. We won't see Genny Thor because Genny was pre-banned. Now True Whale taking out the Ragdoll. And now, will he go for the Molly? Will he bring another damage? The Jaeger is always an option because he's playing against Hathor.
And Jaeger would be amazing here because he can't be controlled by that Hathor. Bring in the Molly.
Yeah, like we said, she brings also 100% resist and that beautiful Han appearing right now, a monster that was recently buffed, maybe a better Diana.
Diana 2.0 is what we've taken to calling him, and a great pairing with Gianna because of his dark-specific speed lead.
Yes, is this Gianna a violent Gianna or a swift Gianna? We've seen the swift Giannas get out of the meta. The violent ones are very strong right now. And Acroma, if he brings a Jaeger, we'll have 2 uncontrollable monsters. But I'm gonna miss, a Tetra, a second cleanser. That's what I was gonna miss.
That's what we needed. There's the Nefties we talked about, and a Wunsa.
Okay, that is an extremely strong pick. On the Nefties, I would probably ban that because otherwise he needs to bring another cleanser. The AoE is very strong. Oh, that tells me that he does not want to ban Nefties or Gianna. He'll probably ban the damage on Han, and yes, that's what happens.
True Whale, showing how to draft against debuffs and control. This is a showcase. Acroma is the lead, and Nefties is the lead on How to Play his side. Let's see who takes first turn on round 1 of match 2.
This is going to be extremely interesting. I love the picks from the side of True Will. No Will, because these monsters don't need it. Basically, all of them are very high resist. The only one that can probably be controlled here is the Ragdoll. Not even him. No
Not
stun.
even him. No stun going out. All the debuffs are out, and now Tetra's got a turn to do something about it. Chooses just to go for skill 1. Molly making sure Tetra's feeling nice and comfortable with her full HP.
Here it comes, the Hathor with the sleep. She's gonna get those 2 beautiful mermaids to go night-night, and now the damage starts coming in with these 2 Bruisers units. He's taking commanding lead of this match, Evan. I don't see a lot of damage being dealt by How to Play because the bombs can't basically go off.
That's right. Yeah, True Whale has 2 units asleep, but is by no means out of control of the game.
Extremely strong draft, showing that he knows how to play against his foe. It's going to be a slower game because he doesn't have an attack buff. The attack break on Ragdoll comes in, and the Akroma will need some turns to start dealing that strong, that hard damage.
And Gianna is taking all the time in the world to think about how she could potentially contribute to the game right now. She's putting the bombs down, but Tetra is making sure they don't go off.
Yeah, Gianna's basically just walking around on her jet ski and having a good time because this is not the match for her.
No.
2 very hard counters, even though the Juno was banned, which was another hard counter to her.
Is this 100% resistance Ragdoll? Has something been added to the passive that I didn't know about?
Incredible match 1. That Wunsa pick was not the one he needed.
A no-kill game.
If we can talk about outdraft,
that was it.
This is textbook out.
Amazing draft from True Whale, basically rendering most of How to Play his team completely irrelevant in that game. That might be the first time we've seen a no-kill game in a Legend tournament. That was awesome.
And we can see something very interesting. Even though the Ragdoll is a premium net 5 unit that helps a lot in this match, he was not the deciding matter at all. He was just any other unit could have been there. The double mermaid together with the Akroma would carry this match. Even 1 mermaid. You don't even need 2.
You don't even need the second one.
Just the blue one with the Akroma would have carried this.
And Tetra, right, just adding 1 more turn onto the bombs, making sure Gianna is not helping at all. We're ready for round 2 of match 2. Let's see how they adapt.
Will How to Play change his playstyle, bring some type of snipe? We know that Molong, Harmonia, Bulwark are really strong against these bruiser comps, or will he stay with his CC and change to a more type of heavy damage comp with lots of death breaks?
I think the latter. He's going to have to make some changes no matter what. Remember, we saw a pre-ban on Fran and Ganymede in the first round, which means that both of them are going to be up for grabs this time.
And now, will he change it? True Will gets his friend. Will he pre-ban the Ragdoll, or maybe the Jaeger, or the Akroma if he wants to play? Well, it is the Mermaid. We see 2 non-net 5s being pre-banned by How to Play. Now he says, no Gianna for you, sir. Even though I know how to counter her,
yeah,
I'm not worried.
The respect, How to Play locking out the Fran first. Now the Molly. Maybe we'll see a Raccoony next time. Who knows? Another 3-star. No, I'm just
Hathor first pick with the True Will. If How to Play does not take Fran or a Velajoy in his first 2 picks, I'm kind of worried. He splits the Ganithor and, well,
Pater.
Better than Velajoy and Fran, sorry.
Pater can't be controlled and puts up immunity and cleanses. This is everything you need in 1 unit. Basically, How to Play is saying that he's comfortable playing against that Hathor.
And now True Will has an option. Will I keep going for this or bring my Bruiser style unit? He has the Double Dragon Knight. He has the Artaniel. He can also bring some immunity in Fran, like we talked about, one of his favorite monsters.
Those are neutral picks from True Whale. Ragdoll, not necessarily belonging to any one particular, is really good in Bruiser style, but he's just a good pick. Artaniel and Tyrannus.
I love the Tyrannus answer right here, like we talked about. See, he switches to Bruiser instead of going Control. But the question is, will he bring a second immunity last pick as of Velajoy or something different? Because the Sekhmet. I wanted to see her. True Will beat How to Play with Sekhmet last time, and he brings her back. A hard counter to Tyrannus, resets, steals buffs. She loves playing against that bear.
Hot take, better than Okeanos in this
Way
scenario,
better,
at
trust
least.
me.
Yeah.
I'm a Tyrannus user. I hate Sekhmets.
Yeah, this is the reset territory we're looking for. Barbara, wait, not locked in? How to Play chooses Barbara as the last pick.
Finally, the first Beast Rider. We wanted to see her. I don't know if it's the best option, but kind of tells that he intends to ban the Ragdoll. to try to snipe the segment and get his Tyrannus Ganny combo off. I would be very afraid of that Barbara if I was True Will, comfortable against the rest of the draft. He's probably banning that damage monster.
And Ragdoll is probably the monster going out on True Whale's side, like you said. Artemio getting a lot of attacks in. That's a lot of attack bar going to True Whale's team if Ragdoll stays in. Ragdoll's out, Pater's out.
I really like the Pater ban on True Whale's side because, like we said, with a Barbara pick, you kind of give away that you're going to ban Ragdoll. You want to snipe, you don't want to be cut. So he adjusted based on that, and if one of his units survives, he will have full control without the immunity.
Here we go. Look who's taking round one. It's the Fran that How to Play banned last time.
That is a fast Fran, faster than Barbara, that normally is a starter with her strip and attack bar boost. The Hawthorne's faster than her too.
Everybody's faster than Barbara.
Oh, he goes for the Ganny, so no reset for you, sir. He says, I don't care about the damage from your Barbara. It will only tickle my segment because here comes reset on the Tyrannus. Will she hit it?
She might. Increase the cooldown time. Tyrannus is reset. Won't be reviving anybody anytime soon. How to Play is on the back foot.
And now the control from Hawthorne will come in, and he's stacking that Dragon Knight. Little by little, Jaeger's getting stronger. He's gonna hit very hard.
24K.
He drops the Beast Rider right away. We talked about the stacks. He needs to reduce the attack bar of Ganny right now. It would be an amazing move so his Hawthorne can move in front. He goes for the safe play. The best of both worlds.
Best of both. The proc locking down the decreased attack bar too. He's ready to say goodnight to How to Play. True Whale has been preparing for this clearly.
The real MVP. Fran, the Flight Fairy Queen, coming in with the attack bar reduction and the heal. He played it safe. Now let's see how much his Barbara can deal with the attack break. Oh, not a lot.
Not a lot. The attack break really hurt her chances there, and now the biggest source of damage from How to Play's side is taken out, and remember, Tyrannus is still reset.
He shows that he was ready for both these comps. He had a counter to the control and now a counter to the bruiser. It's a recipe. Outspeed and reset. Here it comes, baby. He needs a lot of procs on this Tyrannus, a lot of stuns, but he keeps stacking up the Jaeger.
The stacked up Justice hit that just went down on Tyrannus and brought him down to half health. He's looking to be True Whale's next victim.
The Fran once again protecting the team and bringing on that beautiful immunity and attack buff. Now the sleep on Ganny that hasn't had an opening to do much. The Artemio also not doing a lot of damage. This Jaeger will send the Druid home right now.
Look at that. Sekmet, so smart. Putting the defense break on who he needs along with the heal block so Artemio couldn't save. Really good call.
What a strong composition and showing from True Whale. This was a game decided by strategy, by runes. Took turn one. How was that outspeed from Fran on Barbara?
With the Fran on Barbara. That is unheard of. True Whale drafted well in both games, and he's just trying to close this out as fast as possible. A stacked Justice for 17.8k with no attack buff.
That's another thing. Jaeger, once you hit the other monsters, he starts smiling. A smile in the face of the Light Dragon Knight that sent the Barbara home in one hit.
True Whale, a 2-0 against How to Play, sending him home while securing a spot for himself in the finals. He's saying, I hope you enjoyed the Legend title. I'm ready for mine now.
It's gonna be his second chance, his second opportunity in the finals, but this time against Skit. How will they match up?
True Whale was very confident in those drafts. He was ready for everything that How to Play brought. I think that he could end up being a really good matchup for Skit. He might even have what it takes to take the whole Legend title.
Very prepared. This is what we can say. He studied the strategy. He studied his opponent, learned from whatever happened last season on the Legend tournament, and improved. This was a truly extremely clean showing, amazing drafts, and impeccable execution.
Yes, very, very precise, especially that first round. It was a masterclass of how to counterpick. Amazing job, True Whale, and thank you so much for the games to both players for that match. That was very fun to watch. And the first 2-0 of the tournament.
Yeah, he tried switching strategies going towards the bruiser style, but he was also ready for that. How cool is also that these very high level players don't only rely on one type of composition.
Right.
They have different strategies, they change it up, but also he had something prepared.
And exactly, he had a different comp, but he also had a counter within it for the opposite bruiser comp. The Sekhmet really shined. Like, she's so great against Tyrannus.
Yeah, a lot of... Now we're going to have a coupon for everyone coming out at home to thank you guys for being with us. We know that in some countries around the world it's pretty late. Tell us in chat how late it is. We'll check it on later. We'd love to see where you're watching us from because we also have 2 broadcasts in Portuguese and Spanish, but thank you for coming over for the one in English right here.
Yes, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, guys. We know that if you're where we are, it's pretty late, and we appreciate you spending the time with us and watching some games. It's truly been awesome so far, and the best is yet to come, so feel free to redeem this code. Take a photo of it for later if you want to redeem. I might do the same thing, actually.
Don't forget, it is a best of 5 in these finals, so we're going to see these players going deeper into their toolboxes. Let's imagine if How to Play had 3 more matches to go on this one, he would have tried different things.
Imagine all the adaptations he would have gone through, like all the different drafts we would have gotten to see.
We'll see more Beast Riders.
Probably.
Maybe defense-based comps.
Probably.
Maybe a Cleave I would love. I don't think this one's going to happen.
Maybe not a Cleave. Maybe we're a little too deep into it right now to see a Cleave, but who knows? Anything's possible in the finals. Guys, we're going to be going to a break here for another 3 minutes, and we will see you back here for the finals shortly.
Yeah, we would love to see who you're supporting. Chat.
Let's play Summoner's War! Let's play Summoner's War!
Summoner's War. Street fighters have entered Summoner's War. Unleash a new world of adventure. Summoner's War. Event bonus. Get Ken for free. Summoner's War.
Let's play Summoner's War! Let's play Summoner's War!
Hello everyone and welcome back to the RTA Season 14 Legend Tournament. I'm once again still Evan.
And I'm Seppi, and we're really happy to have you back for the grand final. The best of 5 that's gonna decide who takes the crown as the legend of RTA Season 14.
Skit versus True Whale, but again, let's go ahead and see what we just saw in a highlight fashion. This was True Whale versus How to Play, the revenge match that we've been waiting for since Season 13.
This was a master class of kick and banning. The first match, no kill, like you said, the first time in the history of Legend tournaments. And on match 2, switching styles, How to Play went Bruiser, and True Whale brought the segment to kill everyone with the wrist.
And Tyrannus does not like partying with Sekhmet. That should have been something should have been done there, and it wasn't. True Whale, really great show. It just goes to show that maybe nobody has an easy time drafting against him, because he really did climb up the ranks pretty quickly there in just the last week to make it to the top 4.
He can show that he has a lot of versatility. He doesn't rely only on these specific L&D monsters, showing that sometimes even Fran can be the most important monster in his comp.
Yeah, we saw it outspeed the Barbara. We saw it outspeed a lot of monsters in that game. True Whale really making a name for himself up here right now.
And now we're going to see how he matches up against Skit that has a monster that is a direct counter to his Ragdoll. The Tian Lang, if it doesn't get pre-banned, we will see those two LDNet 5s clash, and who will come out on top? If you had the chance in chat, who would you want to get? Ragdoll or Tian Lang?
Wow, that's a hard choice.
Tough.
And by this point, when we're in the finals of the Legend Tournament, there's no excuse for not doing your homework. They will have seen all of the matches preceding them, so they know what they got in the box if for some reason they haven't fought each other. But we both know that they are very well acquainted with everybody's boxes. Here's what we're looking at right now. This is the bracket. This is the journey that we've been on tonight. We saw Skit take it 2-1 versus Ace, and Skit moving on to the finals where we're at right now. And where we just came from was a 2-0 in True Whale's favor against How to Play.
We saw that Skit's composition that worked the best against Ace had that Veligil. And once again, we might see that key monster against the Hathor that is very well used by True Whale. The question is, who are going to be the pre-bans on each match, and is the Ciara going to come online here for Skit? Because it's not a monster that it's picked by True Whale, but if there's no immunity, she might come out on top.
Man, and Skit loves to see no immunity because he wants to make it look like TOA.
That Rika was incredible in match 1, paired up with Ganymede, the silent MVP. He's always proccing, reducing cooldowns, resetting the other team. He doesn't deal damage, doesn't kill monsters, so it doesn't call a lot of attention, but sometimes he carries those games.
We're going to see how these two players fight against each other. True Whale versus Skit, again, best of 5, same format as before though. We're still going to have the pre-ban phase, then on to the regular pick ban phase before the match.
Yeah, and since we're on a best of 5, Evan, like we were talking about before, will we see some surprises? Did they prepare a different comp? We saw not on Season 13, but on Season 12, Tomato bringing up a cleave comp with control with his Tiana that no one expected.
Right.
Coming out on top, Tiana, Asima, and the opponent was destroyed. Will we see something like that? A one-time comp that might surprise the opponent.
Those are some of my favorites. The one-time use, once you've seen them, you know how to play against them, so you're only going to see them that one time. But it might be a little late for a cleave. Chat, what sort of game do you guys want to see? Are you trying to see more bruisers, or do you want to see something a little more aggressive in the form of aggro? We're about to find out, because we're going into round 1 of the finals right now.
Skit versus True Will. Who will be crowned the legend of Season 14? First pick is for the side of Skit, and we'll see what pre-bans they choose, LDs or Ganny Hathor. What will come?
Here come the pre-bans. Very important. Ganymede, one of the halves of the Ganny-Thor combo.
So right now Skit has the option of taking that first pick Hathor, knowing that she's very powerful, but leaving True Will to keep his Fran and having protection. That's what he does.
And remember, the Fran is the fastest thing on this planet. We've seen it go faster than a Barbara.
And it is a violent Fran, by the way.
Should be noted. Should remember.
Will he pick Fran, Ragdoll, or wait on the Ragdoll since he knows there's a very hard counter on the other side? He can bring the Jaeger right away, a very strong counter to the Hathor. He's thinking, looking into his toolbox, his monsters moving aside. Let's see what's the first pick. Ooh, big change.
Volley and Vigor. These are new.
Yes, we talked about them.
Vigor's
he
new
knows
for
the
him.
Skit likes to use them. So he's stealing monsters from his opponent. But now Skit takes the friend, and like we talked about, the Ciara might be the key monster on Skit's side if there's no immunity for True Will.
Man, True Whale is really, he's being very confident tonight, and we're seeing him take his time to make sure that he takes as much as possible from Skit while giving as little as possible.
And it's incredible. Both of these players have full monster box, and now the immunity. That's what I love. True Will is getting prepared. He brought an immunity already. He can bring a second immunity to counter this whole comp or bring the Jaeger last pick and ban the damage now. Skit needs to bring a threat, the second Beast Rider.
There it is. And the Tian Lang we knew was going to show up as soon as a Ragdoll was on the scene. The Savannah, an amazing threat, a lot of damage, defense break, everything. There's a lot in the package.
She does everything basically. She just doesn't heal and cleanse.
Right.
And now the last pick from True Will, he has the option to bring a fire monster to counter, or he can bring, like we talked about, that Jaeger. Maybe we could see a Leica tonight right here?
Unfortunately, it might have to be Leica. Unfortunately, he pre-banned the Jaeger this time around, so we won't be seeing it here.
Oh,
but
you're
Veligil.
right. You're right, Veligil. Second immunity like we were talking about, and a fire monster to counter the other two.
Veligil as the last pick. Who are the bans going to be? True Whale maybe deciding he wants to try to keep his Ragdoll around. Skit trying to say that he's not afraid of it with the Tian Lang.
It's a very dangerous composition because he has 2 single target strippers and an AoE stripper. So even with the double immunity, he might find himself in danger, but he has to ban one of the 2 immunities. I would definitely go right here for the Ileana. He goes for the Veligil. Love that, and bans immunity on the other side as we expected.
2 of the strongest immunities are banned right now. Ileana still there on True Will. Here we go. Round 1 of the finals of the RTA Season 14 Legend Tournament. Let's see who gets first turn.
First turn should be on the side of the Wind Monsters from Skit. Does not get the strip. Tian Lang needs to hit it, Evan.
And he gets 1 stun.
Oh my god, the Hathor. Last chance to strip that immunity giver. Can she get it? Sleep and no proc. She does get it. Will she have an opening? That's the big question because the Ciara moves, but before the Hathor moves, he has perfectly speed-tuned a Savannah with attack bar reduction, tries to control.
No stun. Skit trying to lock down the Ileana so that way she can't get the immunity up, but it looks like Hathor might, it's very close. It looks like Hathor's moving first. She's going to get to lock down the entire team.
Beautiful composition, perfectly speed-tuned. The Savannah going before, reducing attack bars. Now he has a huge opening. If it finishes up that immunity, this might be match. 1 HP, she's gonna die.
Lots of turns being committed on that Ileana before she went down. Anti-crit finally showing its worth. And Ciara just putting out some damage, throwing a bomb out for later. Here comes Savannah setting up a defense. She's capitalizing on that. Ragdoll's looking like he's going to be the next one down.
Yeah, and talking about how the double immunity with one of them being banned wasn't as strong because he had so many strippers. 1 miss, the second one missed, but the third strip did not miss. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, Ragdoll's gone. And it's so difficult because he's never going to be in the torrent range because he's always going to be the lowest, and Molly's just going to heal him right back up.
And Ciara showing up the power of the artifacts. Did you see those basic hits? Sometimes they hit more than a bomb.
That was, didn't make it a Bud said the same thing on the scroll. It was a lot of damage coming up on skill number 1. That first round is going to Skit. True Whale coming back, and he's going to think of another strategy to try to take round 2 instead.
Yeah, and now we will see some adjustments. He knows that the Ragdoll can be easily countered, so maybe a switch to a Tian Lang pre-ban to get that Ragdoll passive. But now, since he banned the Jaeger on another match, sorry about that, he can ban the Ragdoll on this one, so it can be a double trickery.
We could do the dance. We could do the dance. And so swap out one Dragon Knight for another if we want to. But I would like to see the ban out on Tian Lang because the Tian Lang also offers the strip and stun, which is pretty important. Here we go. We're going into round 2 of the finals right now.
Remembering, this time, True Whale will have that first pick, and if the Hathor's not pre-banned, we know he loves getting her first and building a bruiser comp with her control.
We're going into the pre-ban here. Is True Whale going to say that I would like to use my Ragdoll this game and pre-ban the Tian Lang maybe? Or is Skit going to meet him halfway and maybe pre-ban it?
Yeah, this is very dangerous right now. I would like to see a pre-ban actually on the Hathor, but I'm expecting the same as you. Let's see if they switch, if they try to trick each other, because if there's a pre-ban on Ragdoll and Tian Lang, that kind of nullifies everything.
It's basically a 0. It's a net 0 of benefit there. Here's what we had pre-ban last round. I would love to see the Jaeger make an appearance from True Whale. You mentioned Leica earlier. I'm just a big fan of Leica.
Yeah, we saw Leica beating the 2 Dragon Knights, Jaeger and Ragdoll, on the last Legend tournament, so we might see him come up again against these wind-heavy comps.
Who is it? Ragdoll and Molly.
Very good choice. Taking out a little bit of an option, but now he has the first pick for that Hathor open.
And it looks like True Whale is going to be taking that first pick. Let's see if he chooses to lock it down. Arguably the most impactful monster last game. Instant speed grab right there.
Fastest response in Summoner's War with the Ciara Gani. He brings the Fran signature now and the Jaeger, which is very strong, but not as in now. With the bigger, nope,
the Savannah.
Wait, can we see a triple revenge Verd making his first appearance? Oh, he switched.
He just swapped their order.
Okay, okay, maybe they're the same speed, so they're perfectly speed tuned.
That's important. That's important. Chiwu and Savannah are locked in on Skit's side. Here comes a Chroma. I love that counter.
Yeah, a Chroma, no death break for you, sir. No bombs, I'm not afraid. And now, the last pick, Dark Dawson. Just kidding. Not yet, guys. We have to wait for it, but it would
Only
be
one more season. Only one more season.
It would be a great counter to the Ciara and the Savannah.
True Whale loves playing against Miho.
What? That was the fastest Miho pick. For him, it's almost a must ban because we have 3 monsters that crit right here, but Hathor and Fran can take care of that Miho. So I don't know if I'm afraid of it.
It's a close call. It's a close call. I was about to say the True Whale loves playing against this kind of comp that tries to apply debuffs. And he takes out the Miho. True Whale has insight that obviously we don't have. He knows his monsters are going to crit on that.
Yeah, and he is afraid of it because maybe he thought that the ban would be on the Fran. And then he would only have Hathor to kill it. Hathor's dead, game's over. So it was a very safe ban on his side. Doesn't want to risk it. This is the final. Let's see. Can Juno carry his team to victory, or will the control? Oh my God, reduce the attack bar on Juno. Here it comes. He goes for the proc. Sensational. He can reset, and he already ventilated. No, he saves it.
He chooses to save it instead. Ciara setting up a bomb and detonating. Wow, Jaeger's already so low. And he's gone.
This is so much damage. He knew he would laugh because of the speed buff. Now the reset on the Hathor, another proc. This Gani's out of his mind.
Surgical precision from Skit. That was a brilliant move, holding back the skills, killing the Fran. True Whale's already looking down and out from this game.
Is Juno against the world like we talked about, but we didn't think it was going to be this fast. Now, this Juno has to get very lucky because if the attack bar is reduced, she's going to be in problem.
Right. If True Whale gets his attack bar reduced at all and a debuff manages to stick, that's good night.
Here it comes once again. The death break lands, and now the Ciara hitting very hard. Ganny does not stop rocking, and he's definitely the MVP of this match.
Ganny was the MVP. You're completely right. Round 2 of the best of 5 goes to Skit. He only has to do that one more time to get that Legend title. Now, True Whale needs to make something happen right here because Skit is at match point.
What a dominating performance, Evan. I don't know if he ever had a chance. Obviously, the Ganny procced, and it was very big, but I would have liked to see a Hill to attempt to counter this combo of AoE with Chiwu and Savannah. He left himself a little bit opening, trusting on Juno. Right. And unfortunately, her attack bar was down.
It's a big task for just Juno alone because there was so much going on the other side. That was way quicker than we expected. True Whale has what it takes to bring it back, though. We've seen how talented he is at the pick ban phase. He can adapt, but he's got to do it now.
Yeah, and we see another comp coming up this season, last season also very strong on the ladder, that is Chiwu Savannah. It's kind of a Ganny Thor of like in level of strength,
right,
but very fast, very strong. And the thing is, if you don't ban them, you have to bring Bird, Leo, some other type of thing to diminish the damage that they deal.
Here we go, round number 3 of the finals, match point for Skit.
Let's see who takes this one. Will they change the pre-ban? Once again, is it going back to the Light Dragon Knight on Skit's side because he's already ready for their other comp? And will True Whale change his pre-ban from last match? He goes for the Tianlang this time. I love this. This is a great adjustment on True Whale's side. That means that his Ragdoll can get through and do something.
Yeah, Ragdoll can contribute to the game this time and not just feed attack bar over to Skit's side. Locking down the Hathor really fast.
True Whale is not a Ciara player, so he doesn't steal it, gets the Fran to counter with immunity, and now the Ganymede.
And now that the Ciara is down, we are now out of the response territory, and now they've got their cores, and they're ready to start diversifying and locking into their permanent team.
Molly once again showing off. Vigor's really strong against her, but there's 2 win units on his side. I would love to see a Velajul late here because counters all units on Skit team, and maybe he can bring some damage right away, like we said, the Ragdoll.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Expected.
Ragdoll, he's really thinking, Okeanos, Papa Okeanos.
Great pick. Reset into control. Will Skit bring an immunity, take out that Velajul so True Whale can get it, or will he bring another stripper to guarantee that his debuffs will land? Remembering that this light mermaid, even though she does a lot, she still has a skill 1 strip. We can't forget about that.
Oh, that's an important note to remember. And Vigor is the last part of Skit's team. And that crits. There's a few crits over here. Ciara don't crit. Well, at least with her bomb. She crits with her first skill.
Yeah, there's kind of a telling. If this is a very fast, swift Oki, he's kind of telling that he's going to ban the Oki, even though he picked the Juno. Is the Yang coming?
Is that true? True Whale, is that true?
It's Death Break. It's sustain. He kind of tells us that he's not afraid of this amount of sustain. Will he ban this Ciara?
It could be. It's looking like it could be a ban on Ciara. The Mi Ying and banning it out. Skit's all like, I'm not going to take on the variable. I just want to fight what was on the table before. That was a good call from Skit because of that. Maybe variance is not what he wants right now.
The question is, can this Okeanos outspeed and hit the reset? How many units will be on Will? Will he choose, do I go for Hathor or do I reset the Juno so she has no strip?
Oh, he's so close! Hathor taking the first turn! Everybody's on Will. She can only strip 1.
This is probably a violent Oki. He gets the second turn, goes for the reset.
Resisted!
Misses, but the Ganny
Second chance! Second chances!
Beautiful reset on the sleep because he knows that the friend will take the turn, and now he only has the strip from Juno. So he controls the team, stuns everyone. The Juno's gonna wake up. The Oki's cycling through. Lots of damage, Evan, on that Ciara.
Full team lockdown. This is the position that Skit wanted to be in, but True Whale took it from him.
I would like him to save it. Yes, he saved it. Not using it because the Juno can strip and stun your team. So he's playing it safe, very well observed, and now he will have the Ganny Oki combo. The Ventilate. This is very important. Cleanse, the Ventilate on the Oki, but Ciara will have an opening.
He needs to ventilate the Okeanos and reset somebody. He's playing it very safe. He's playing it like Skit's at match point, which is exactly what he should be doing.
Let's remember, bombs don't glass. Oh, she misses!
She missed the bomb! True Will! True Whale has an opening.
This is gigantic. That bomb miss from Ciara. She has it next turn, but he has an opening with the Okeanos to stun everyone again and reset the Ciara. He missed once. Will he miss the reset again? 3, 2, 1. Goes for the jet ski.
And increases it! Ciara has no skills to use this turn. Juno locking down a stun on Oki. It's a fair trade.
Fran comes in, now the
There it
immunity.
is.
He needs a proc though. I think that was a little bit rushed because now the Juno, oh! The proc he needed from Ganymede to reset the Juno, so there's no strip. The Ganymede coming out in the clutch.
True Whale getting all the chances to increase cooldown times. This is exactly what he needed in this last game against Skit. This is so what he needed.
The double reset is so strong. Ganymede, Okeanos coming back once again to ventilate on the Oki. The Juno does not have the strip. Here comes stuns. Will the damage start hurting? Oh my god! Is that Juno
big
dead?
damage. That was big damage. Okeanos always having Rain of Stones available. We've seen him use that almost every single turn.
He can reduce the attack bar, and that is a dead Ciara. Now a dead Juno, yes sir!
True Whale is taking a round and locking his place into another round of the finals. We've got a game.
What an amazing Ganny-Oki display, and not only that, the pre-ban switch to get his ragdoll through, pre-banning the Tion Lang. What an adjustment.
Calculated. That's exactly what we expected from True Whale. He is very talented when it comes to the pick ban phase, and that's why we love these best of fives, because you really get to know your opponent. So you can adapt over time. That's what he needed, and that's what he got. And plus, the ventilate on Okeanos was so crucial. Ganymede was the facilitator that made that happen.
Yeah, let's talk about this Okeanos slower on will. Very interesting choice. Otherwise, he would have gotten slept.
Yeah.
That probably changed the whole game. Fran didn't even proc into the cleanse, but the Ganny-Oki control, sometimes even better than Ganny Hathor.
Yeah, we're going in to another game. We have 3 points on the table, 2 in the favor, 2 in the favor of Skit, 1 for True Whale. Again, still at match point for Skit. True Whale needs to do that again, and there's a lot of pressure.
He needs to come back. The match number 4 is ready. He needs to be the comeback kid right here tonight and take the 2-2 to make it to a game 5. True Whale has the first pick. Will we see that Hathor?
I don't know if my heart can take much more of this. This is a great game. There are the pre-bans from last round, so Jaeger's up for grabs and Tion Lang is up.
Probably Ragdoll coming out on the side of Skit, and then True Whale has to think, what is the monster that is causing me the most problems? Should I pre-ban that Ciara, that Ganny, or maybe one of the LDs? Let's see what his choice is. It is the Ganny. Surprise! It's a Chroma. Wait,
That's telling.
is the Rika coming out of the bag?
Skit is going to bring out some sort of CC. He wants to lay down dots. He wants to control. We're going to find out which one it is in this draft, but that is a very telling
This is
pre-ban.
definitely Hathor. Yes, sir. Steals the friend.
True
and
Whale
the
saw it
Ciara.
coming.
Fast. So he was afraid of the Ciara counter. Now his Ciara can go through and he doesn't need to ban that Achroma that he banned in the past. Let's see what True Whale chooses now. He has the Ragdoll available, but there's a Tion Lang on the other side. I don't know if it's the best choice right now. It might be a tad early.
True Whale has a lot of units to deal with this kind of comp, but having one of them removed is going to be a challenge. There's only so many that are left. True Whale needs to adjust. He's taking all the time that he can right now, and he locks down Velajul and Artemiel.
Love the Velajul pick. I think a little bit of an early Artemiel pick, but Velajul is incredible. We talked about him for last match. Right now, he counters a lot of units. Skit needs to bring another stripper, and that's what he does. He brings the Oki, strip, reset, stun, might be telling, oh, no, switches, okay? He leaves it open.
To Vigor instead. Maybe that was a psychological attack. Maybe he's threatening the Okeanos. True Whale looking to respond.
I would love from True Whale right here a second type of immunity and maybe a Bulwark coming up. We haven't seen it in a long time. Counters a lot of units.
Ragdoll, Jaeger.
Goes with his, let's say, starting team.
Iconic.
Yes.
It's the core. Seeing
All
both
his
of them.
units that he likes to use. Now the Savannah. AoE
Is
death
that
break.
going to be a Velajul? It's got to be a Velajul ban, right? There's only one source of immunity on this side. That's looking to be, that's a very telling pick too.
He's not afraid of the other monsters. He knows he has Tion Lang too, but Tion Lang's probably getting banned because he's the AoE. Yes, Both bands predictable. Now we're gonna see if the control from Hathor is gonna come or Savannah's control comes first with the attack bar reduction and the death break.
True Whale needs to lock it down or kill it very fast because that Savannah is going to be a huge threat for his team comp.
It's everything about the first turn, Evan. Is it going to be Hathor? Is it going to be Savannah? Who's going to control this match right now?
Let's see. Don't blink because Skit is at match point. Savannah first. Everybody's on Will, so she can't lay down the defense breaks.
She doesn't go for the strip, which is kind of surprising. I would have liked to see it so he can put bombs, but Ciara puts the bomb, does not miss it. No cleanses on the other side. Amazingly played. No need to detonate and no stuns from Arda. He needs to stun one of these two monsters because there's going to be a lot of damage coming in. I'm afraid that not picking the second immunity might hurt. Can he kill?
Is that's
yes,
enough to kill the Beast Rider.
sir.
Wow, she's off the chair, but this is a chance for her to do some big damage, especially
She
with
hits very hard, goes for the Hathor. The Hathor will have one opening for the sleep on everyone, sir.
leaving it.
Oh my God.
That's her legacy. The 2-turn sleep on everybody. That is the legacy she's leaving for the rest of her teammates.
It's going to be a 3v3, and the question is, can he kill the Ciara in time? If he wakes up the Fran, she can cleanse someone. If he wakes up the Ciara, she already has a bomb. So who would you do right here? I would have gone for the Vigor. I'm afraid.
I'm afraid of the Vigor too, but I'm really afraid of the Ciara because, I mean, she puts the bomb out. Resisted.
She misses the bomb second time. She gives a chance to True Whale with a missed bomb, and now she's probably dead, Evan. No immunity from the friend. All monsters from True Whale move in front. 100% resist on the Artemio for sure. The Ciara is gonna go bye-bye.
Look at that thing.
And this monster of a game will
dead.
take it to game 5.
This is bringing us into, you're right, this is bringing us to a game 5. That bomb miss was huge. That was a
Gigantic. He needed to get rid of this Jaeger, but he's very tanky. Look at that monster. He's probably 40k HP, taking no damage. Here it comes. The friend is probably going to die right now. No proc needed because the other Dragon Knight comes right after.
2-2. We're going to a round 5.
You guys asked for it, and this was an amazing showing of these two players bringing it back, True Whale, with another great draft.
This is what we wanted, and the Ciara missing the bomb for the second time in this tournament, that was really big for True Whale, and he capitalized on everything so well. He got a really good trade in the beginning too for the Savannah. He really evened it out. Great job from True Whale. He really wants that title.
And we all know Ciara might miss bombs, but she's a monster that cycles so much that even missing bombs, she can still be clutch. The problem is that the composition on the side of True Whale is so tanky that even with the bombs, it's hard to get
It wasn't
through.
enough. And did you see how much damage that Artemio was pumping out? When Vigor missed every single one of those defense breaks, that really hurt because he locked down 6.2k right away on that Ciara afterwards, and that solidified it.
And let's remember, this Tianlang ban, extremely strong because then even the Ciara feeds the Ragdoll. Ciaras are built on high crit rate. They give a lot of crits and then give attack bar to the whole team.
And I was worried when the Veladrul was banned. I was worried in the beginning because I thought that was a great ban from Skit, but I was worried because that was the only cleanser on the side. So I thought maybe True Whale was leaving himself open to a whole team of Deathbreak.
I think that Skit, seeing those very stationary monsters, Arda, Ragdoll, without the immunity, banning the Veladrul could have brought maybe that Rika or some other type of long-lasting damage.
Something to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That was missing. Maybe on this match, he'll bring that signature Rika to bring it back or more death breaks because the Artemio's 100% resist, for sure.
Skit and True Whale. Pay attention, don't blink. This is the last game of the night. This is the 5th round of the finals. Whoever comes out of this is going home with a legend title. Here we go. Skit versus True Whale.
And the first pick on this last match goes to Skit. Will the pre-bans go back to the same? Is it gonna be pre-ban on that Tianlang so True Whale can get his Ragdoll and Ragdoll on the other side? The double ban.
Oh,
the
that was
Jaeger.
fast. That was a fast pre-ban.
So there's a Hathor coming on. There's a Hathor first pick right here for Skit, almost sure, and then a response with Fran from True Whale, bringing probably that Ganny so he doesn't get the combo, or going full tank.
Big time. We've seen the Hathor every single game this time, and that's a very fast lockdown. The Jaeger ban, again, very telling. He's communicating his strategy from the beginning. He wants to lock you down, but he also doesn't want to take a lot of damage.
As we said, Fran Ganny, now Skit probably bringing a Ciara and some type of a strip, or if he wants to bring already the Mermaid. No, he chooses the strip. So this tells us Savannah. Savannah's coming.
Oh, Savannah is coming. Now he's going to have something to do when all those strips are out.
Ragdoll has to be an answer right here to counter the Chi and the Savannah, and like we said, I would love to see a triple revenge vert. Maybe he has something else in store to counter this combo, because if the Chi goes through, is Savannah, sleep from Hathor, bombs, there's a lot going on.
You're going to be so open, it's going to leave him super vulnerable, and there's the Acroma that was pre-banned last time.
Yeah, great counter to the amount of debuffs. We might see, the Mermaid, like we talked about.
And one more threat.
Probably Savannah. No. Oh, he's changing it up. He wants sustain. He notices that if the Mermaid gets banned, he won't have sustain. Doesn't choose the Savannah. Let's see what the last pick is.
He hasn't locked it in yet. He's still debating whether or not he wants to be that aggressive, and he locks down the safer option.
Love that pick, because now he has two options for sustain, so he can't be without it. And now True Will can choose. Do I bring more immunity, another cleanser, because I only have one, and this Acroma is probably getting banned, but maybe he won't have enough damage. Just Ragdoll as a damage dealer. Can the Velajul come in and save the day?
A Velajul would be great to have a little bit more immunity. A Juno would be great. A Leo?
Oh, Leo, interesting pick. Ban on the damage. I really like that last pick from True Will that is banned, and now the Acroma might have this match on the bag.
That was an amazing last pick, because now he gets his ideal team, and the damage dealer is out from Skit's side. Ciara's banned, so that means that he has a lot more longevity on his side, on the side of True Whale.
First turn for Chiwu, but not as important as we thought, because here comes the sleep from Hathor. But remember, Acroma does not sleep. You don't touch my attack bar, and this Ragdoll keeps not getting slept 100%.
100% res. He's been spending a lot of time with Jaeger and picking up everything he has to know. Oh, doesn't resist the second application of the defense break.
Big question. Is this a damaged Chiwu? Can he take this Ragdoll down? Or are you risking getting him low enough? Oh, that hit so hard.
50% health on the Ragdoll already, and attack break. That hurts.
Yes, but he will have an opening with the Werewolf. Here comes Vigor. Can he kill this Ragdoll in time, since the Chiwu moves in front also?
Oh, no crit, so he couldn't get enough damage. Is that 30%? That's not 30%.
Gigantic proc from Ganymede, reducing the attack bars with the reset. No buffs for you, sir. No heal. Here it comes. If he doesn't kill that Ragdoll fast enough and the Acroma gets turns, she's going to start hurting and killing everyone.
And True Will sweeped out all of the attack bars, and now all of a sudden, Skit is kind of out of gas here, but he's trying to lock down that kill on Ragdoll. Hathor doesn't have enough to do it.
That is not a kill. Does he move in front? No, I think the Mermaid goes. No, the Werewolf.
The Werewolf secures.
Big proc. This is gigantic. Can he kill one of the sustain right now to take care of it? But he has two healers like we talked about. It's Vigor and the Mermaid.
Right. So True Whale has a little bit of damage from Acroma on this side, but Skit is looking pretty dominating right now. It's a 3 to 4 monster deficit.
He needs to take it late. He needs to kill these monsters, because this Acroma can only solo if the match goes really late.
Yeah, so he needs to take as much time as possible and drag this into the late game. Acroma is going to get some chip damage in on the Vigor and lands the Silence, so he can't use that third skill.
Another enormous proc from the Werewolf. Now we notice why he picked it last.
From Fran! That was amazing. So now she can make sure that Vigor never applies that defense break. It was a blessing that he was silenced before, but they don't have that luxury anymore.
Yeah, there's a strip on Chiwu still, so kind of dangerous. And another strip. He goes for the Ganny. Beautiful opening. Misses the death break.
Oh, glancing. We've seen anti-crit be helpful. We've seen glancing be helpful here. And now we're just chipping away at Fran's health pool from Skit's side.
Yeah, the only chance for True Whale right here is this Acroma carrying, but with the Werewolf and the Mermaid sustaining is very tough. Looking very dire for him right now. Taking the lead on this match, Skit sleeps the two monsters. It's a 4v1, basically.
HP, that's a big proc from Akroma. The HP is already down 30%, and attack, the inverse of that, is up 30%. Chiwoo's almost dead, and Skit is wasting a lot of time trying to kill this Fran and not getting anywhere with it.
Yeah, weird that he didn't use the cleanse in the heal with Fran on the last turn, so she goes down, and now it's a 4v1. Deals damage. The Akroma is also getting squishier, so she needs to get rid of people. I don't know if he's gonna do it fast enough. Oh, she's on revenge.
Revenge,
Okay.
Vio? Vio revenge.
She's starting doing it. Can he get the reset? Yes, sir.
Big reset.
But the reset's guaranteed, but I wanted the reset on the attack bars. That's what I wanted to see, and he did not get it. That can be gigantic right now. Puts the shield, protects the Chiwoo. He has to switch targets, starting to hit the werewolf, but
chipping away. No, that was a big hit on Akroma. That is True Whale's lifeline right there that's about to go down.
That's game. The Akroma's gonna die. She's not on Vamp. She's not gonna carry this game alone. And the bigger pick comes in on top. We talked about him before the matches.
Skit is our RTA Season 14 legend. Congratulations to Skit. That was an amazing final match.
Amazing, both of you guys. Congratulations to both of you, because this last pick of Vigor, he was in doubt. Will I bring the Savannah